Hello, guys, gals, and lovers of the internet. This is Marvel Pokemon 1993, starting a new segment called Neglected Cards. Now, what this segment is about is where I look up cards that could have an impact on the current meta, but don't see any play. So, today's segment is going to be on Imperial Iron Wall. Now, for those of you who don't know its effect, it says cards cannot be removed from play. Now, that may not sound like much, but it actually stops a lot of decks. So what I want to do is, I want to be going through, all the cards that you'd currently see. So we're going to start off with, Chaos, or Chaos Dragons. Now what this does is, if they want to summon out Light Pulsar, or BLS, or Sork, you go Imperial Iron Wall, and they've just pretty much lost the game until they're drawn to Lila or something. Reason being is they cannot banish the light and darks from the grave. They're restricted from that, so that one trap shuts them all down. Onto Frog Monarchs. Now they don't seem as much play, but they still can actually see some play in the meta. I've seen some decks around. Now you have Caius here, who, when he should be summoned, you target one card on the field and you banish that target. If you chain Imperial Iron Wall to Caius cannot use his effect, because the effect of Caius would resolve last. Imperial Iron Wall activates first, since it's the last card being activated. Onto Sork now. It is the exact same reason as BLS. The Chaos monster, you need to banish a light and a dark. And even if you somehow manage to get to the field after that, you couldn't use the effect because you go Imperial Iron Wall. So if you have a really big boss monster like Galaxy Eyes, and they just summoned out Sork or BLS, they go, I'm going to use Chaos Source's effect. You can go, no, chain Imperial Iron Wall. They can't attack this turn, since the cost is not being able to attack. And you get to keep your 3000 meter. Now onto Cyber Valley. This card doesn't see as much play, but it's useful in stall decks. This card has 3 effects, you're probably all aware. Each one of them actually has you to banish. So if you go if you target for attack, they go effect, you can still chain the effect, you can still chain Imperial Iron Wall, since it is in the battle step, not the damage step. Onto Dark Arm Dragon. Although they can get this card out, they cannot use its effect. I mean, they're just stuck with 2800 beat up, which is still pretty nasty, but you can slow them down. Eclipse Wyvern. Even if they send this card to the graveyard, then you just go Imperial Iron Wall. They have to banish a level 7 or higher light or dark dragon from the deck. They do not get the option. It is mandatory. The keyword here, just in case you're unaware, is there is no you can. Unlike Galaxy Eyes. See, it says you can target the battling. You can target the monster this card is battling. This one you don't get the option. Now onto Hyperion. Imperial Iron Wall stops the agents like a total boss. Well, I wouldn't say a boss, but you get the gist. They cannot banish the summon out Hyperion, and even if they could, they can't use the effect. But it'd be the same deal as Dark Arm Dragon. You've got a 2700 reader. Now onto the main card, when I started the segment, Rescue Rabbit. If they summon it, you go Imperial Iron Wall. They cannot do anything. They are stuck with the summon unless they have creature swap. But what Dino Rabbits honestly play creature swap? But then again, there have been guys who played Insectors and still topped after they got hit. So, anything. Dimensional Fissure, self-explanatory. They go Deep Fissure or Macro. You just go Imperial Iron Wall, and they're fucked. They can't do shit. Onto Miracle Fusion, hitting heroes. This, since pretty much all heroes aren't all that strong, the strongest I know of is probably Alias. They just get hindered. They can't go for Shining, who really goes for the OTK, pretty much. Well, the end game. They can't go for what's its face? Absolute Zero. Since this is their fusion card. Without it, they're not all that great. But onto Rekindling. Now, this is something I'd like to point out. If you activate Rekindling, and then on the exact same turn, you activate Imperial Iron Wall, you get to keep all the monsters you summoned with Rekindling, and they do not get banished. The reason saying is that there is no destroy and remove from play. Unlike Bottomless, where it says destroy that monsters or the monsters with, and if you do, banish. So that's forcing you to destroy it and banish it at the same time. Whereas Rekindling is just said, no, just get off the field. Don't. We don't want you back. So that's something you should point out for some Hazy Flames, some Fire Kings, Marvels, Flamvels, all the. Onto Gates. If they activated, you go Imperial Iron Wall. They cannot draw, although all Fiend type monsters gain 300 attack and defense. It's a field spell, meaning everybody gains it, even if you draw into something, so that can be useful for your advantage. Bottomless, like I explained, it would destroy and send to the graveyard. Now this card right here, Bottomless, would probably stop the Fire Kings, but since if you have Imperial Iron Wall active, they would actually go to the graveyard, since that'd be the last place they can go. It will just come back. Deprison. You attack, they activate Deprison. You chain onto Deprison with Imperial Iron Wall. Deprison just gets wasted. They can't, because it's the same principle as Rekindling. It's not destroying the monster, it's just banishing it altogether. Macro is the same as Defissure. And now onto Basilitrice, or any cards like it. You can, even if you summon it, it's a 2500 beater, so that's still pretty good, don't get me wrong. But they can't use the effect to banish it, which is a pretty common effect. So yeah. Comment down below on any cards you think are neglected and don't see much play, and I'll look them up, and who knows, you might be I'll give you a shout out if it was your idea. So, I've been Marvel Pokemon 1993, and all I can say is, carry on my wayward sons, carry on.